Hi, and welcome back to my channel. We are coming at you live. Not really, because I'm going to edit this later. But we are going to do the baking book tag, but with the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies again. So, we are going to make lemony turmeric tea cake, which is like a quick bread that I saw on Zoe Reed's Instagram, Twitter, something like that, social media. And I said, this is perfect. I need to make this with my husband. So that's what we're doing. I'm very excited. And I'm going to be using essential oils in my baking. My husband is washing his hands with dish soap instead of hand soap. But as long as they're clean. My kitchen is not clean, so ignore that. That's liquid water. So I will post the link for our recipe down below if it's good. Even if it's not good, I'll still post it. So preheat the oven. I did that. Got my loaf pan. Combine flour, baking powder, salt, and turmeric in a medium bowl. And we need the zest. So I'm gonna get my husband to zest the lemons. I am going to melt some butter. Okay, so I'm going to use ghee for this. Again, like I used with my cinnamon raisin bread. You are zesting lemons. We need 2 tablespoons of lemon zest. So zest 2 lemons.
Zest.
And I thought we would film on my husband's camera because it would be better, but it doesn't have a wide angle, so you're just getting like chest shots of us.
Arm.
Yeah, so you gotta get into a better spot.
How much did you say?
2 tablespoons. Ooh, I can smell the lemon. I'm excited to try this. I like lemon things, but especially with the turmeric added, I'm excited. So, you're gonna fall.
Bye, camera. I'm sorry, I look
like,
rough. I haven't shaved today.
It's quarantine life and off work life because he has to shave for work. Alright, so the first question, Cupcakes. Name a collection of short stories, poems, or anthologies where you couldn't just read one section and had to go back for another. So to go with our Marvel movies instead of books, what Marvel collection with one main character do you like? The Iron Man movies, the Thor movies?
Oh, like series?
The
Spider-Man movies. That's my go-to.
there's only 2 of them so far.
Include Spider-Verse, there's 3.
That's not really part of the Marvel Cinematic
not MCU,
Universe.
I guess.
So there's the Avengers movies. The Captain America, I think, are the best. Those are the ones I could go over and over and over again. So here's the list of the movies.
That's a good point. Actually, yeah, I guess. I keep forgetting that Civil War is technically Captain America.
Winter Soldier and Civil War are both Captain America.
Do we have a tablespoon so I can see how much I got?
No, just zest 2 lemons. That's how it works. And I think the first Iron Man I like, but not the other 2 enough to want to keep going back. He just threw that lemon at me. When life gives you lemons, throw them at your wife.
Life throws you lemons.
Captain
I
Spider-Man?
Yeah, no, I agree. No, I think I still... Yeah, I don't know. Captain America is... Yeah, Captain America.
You gotta like bend down awkwardly so we can see your face.
Even the first one is pretty good. Not as good as the other 2, in my opinion.
It's a good origin story, though. And it kicks off... We've been watching, starting January 1st, we've been watching the movies in chronological order. And Captain America, the first Avenger, is the first one in chronological order. So
this is good for my legs.
Squats. We gotta like burn off the calories before we eat the calories, right?
When I was in Taekwondo, you had to do that, the sitting position like this, for like so many minutes, and it gets tiring very fast.
Okay, so I need to combine flour, baking powder, salt, and turmeric in a bowl. And you need to add sugar and lemon zest to another bowl and use your fingers to rub the zest into the sugar. Whisk in sour cream, eggs, and lemon juice. So you'll get the lemon juice from these.
What am I supposed to do again?
Pour sugar on there and rub it together. That's what it says.
With the zest? Do I put anything else?
Add the sugar and lemon zest to another bowl and use your fingers to rub the zest into the sugar. Whisk together the sour cream, which I didn't buy sour cream because I thought we were gonna get coconut milk or coconut yogurt and they didn't have any. But I have banana tofu, so we're gonna attempt it with banana tofu and hope it doesn't turn out terrible. So you need 3/4 of a cup sour cream, 2 eggs, and 2 tablespoons of freshly squeezed lemon juice.
That's probably pretty good, I would say.
So 2 tablespoons. It smells delicious. I love lemon cookies and stuff like that. So, perfect question. Lemon Pound Cake. Name a book that has 400 pages or more that you considered a comfort read and a classic.
4 hours or more.
So, all the MCU movies are pretty long. We just watched Endgame. It took us like 5 days because we would get in like 20 minutes and I'm like, I'm tired, I'm going to bed. That was 3 hours. But what is your comfort MCU?
I'm trying to think of one that I always go back. I think Ragnarok would be one I could always see myself putting in the background as kind of a comfort movie. Ragnarok's pretty good. Iron Man 1 is also a very good comfort one, I'd say.
Iron Man 1, we started dating in 2007 and Iron Man came out in 2008. So it's been like our entire relationship has been crack 2 eggs in there. I haven't even done my part yet.
Cracks eggs. I don't know how the song goes, but something about cracking eggs.
Cracked corn.
Oh. Yeah, that's right. In here?
This is basically what you need, is just one of these.
Hmm?
Yes.
If Roger was watching, he'd be like typical Jeff.
Roger is watching and he is
He won't watch
thinking that.
this. He won't watch this. And if he does watch it, then he'll remember to tell me Purple Monkeys on Monday. But he won't watch it.
So I'm going to put in a couple drops of turmeric essential oil. I have turmeric powder somewhere, but I'm going to put in 4 drops. I don't know.
How much lemon juice do we need?
2 tablespoons.
So
you're supposed to use 3/4 of a teaspoon of turmeric, and I put in 4 drops. So we'll see. So I need to combine flour, baking powder, and salt. And the turmeric, but because the turmeric's a liquid, I added it to his. My comfort movie would probably be the Iron Man one. As I was saying, it came out in 2008, so it kind of kicked off. We were already almost a year, like maybe 10 months into our relationship when it came out. And I was like, I don't know, whatever. It was kind of his pick to go to the movies, and I loved it. And we've been like addicted to the Marvel movies ever since then. So
that's the one that got you hooked on this.
So that would be a comfort read or a comfort movie for sure.
I think Iron Man 1 is a very good one. You don't have to, not like you don't have to pay like a lot of attention, but it's one that you can just kind of, again, you can put it on the background and still kind of enjoy the moments.
Well, you don't have to pay a lot of attention after you've already seen it.
Yeah.
Red Velvet Cake. Name a book that you thought was one thing, but ended up being something completely different.
Ragnarok.
So what's one of the MCU movies you thought was completely different?
Ragnarok was completely different, but in the best possible way.
Yes, in a good way, it was different.
I thought it was going to be
Doctor
like
Strange.
Thor 1. I didn't think it was going to be like Thor 2, but I thought it was going to be like Thor 1, but like maybe a little bit quirkier, but it was better than I expected, and I liked how they incorporated parts of Planet Hulk into it. Like, I know some people were mad that it's not full Planet Hulk, but I was like, you know what? It's cool that they at least put things about Planet Hulk in there. I thought it was kind of cool. Wasn't expecting that at all. Okay, that's good enough.
We got like little flower ones. And maybe Doctor Strange. A teaspoon of salt. So I got this crazy pink Himalayan salt from Costco. We've had it forever. It's probably like expired if salt can expire. They say it expires. But. Chocolate chip cookie dough. Name a movie or series that you can read over and over again, even though you know that it's bad for you. So my husband disappeared. So which is the one movie that you can watch over and over again, even though you know it's bad for you? So that's the chocolate chip cookie dough. Last time we said Iron Man 2 and 3. My husband needs a list, apparently, to know what movies are not the best.
Well, you always go back to it. That means it's like a guilty pleasure. means you like
Iron
it
Man
enough.
2.
Iron Man. You know what?
I don't know
Iron
what else
Man
to do
2.
because you have my...
I actually like Iron Man 2, even though I know it's not that great.
Combine flour, combine sugar. Add the wet mixture to the dry. So add that to this. Stirring until the flour has been incorporated. Stir in the melted butter. So...
I'm making
I
a
didn't
well.
say make a well.
I make a well.
Well.
Stir it until what?
The flour is incorporated and then add in this melted ghee. So Iron Man 2 and 3 is our series. Well, it says name a book or book series. So Iron Man 2 can be our...
If I were to say one guilty pleasure movie, it would probably be Iron Man 2. I know it's not the greatest, but it is one that I do enjoy enough. That...
Apple Pie a la mode. Name a book that was really good but could have been better with a little bit of ice cream. All of them. Because ice cream's the best.
I think, you know,
Transfer
Ant-Man, I think Ant-Man is good, but I think if they could have done more with it. It was kind of standard-ish for, like, Marvel. I was like, oh, it's a typical Marvel movie. Nothing too fancy, nothing too different. I mean, yeah, it's, like, the concept of everything being small and whatever. And I know some people get mad at them breaking their own physics in the movie, but that doesn't really bother me that much.
Yeah, because it
All
said,
suspension
like,
of disbelief kind of thing.
You can't go below... Like smaller, you can't shrink smaller than like an atom and then they go into the quantum realm.
Well, it's that, but it's
and
also...
I'm like, whatever, it's Hollywood and it's Paul Rudd and I like it.
Well, and they say that nothing changes. All that happens is the molecules get closer.
Oh,
but
yeah,
technically,
like, so
the weight would be the mass would be exactly the same. So that tank keychain that he walks around with
would be impossible.
It would be impossible to walk around with. Multiple kitchens.
Yeah, so like in Ant-Man and the Wasp, they shrink a building down and then just like put it in their pocket and walk away with it. But technically, the building would still weigh as much as the building.
Just edit out the flops. Maybe people want to see the
So
flops.
the building would still weigh just as much as it did when it was full size. So add that to this. Instead of using parchment paper, I want to know if I can use this rubber mat inside my loaf pan. So we'll see. Saving the environment by staying home and not using parchment paper.
Touch it with your face. If you don't know just what it is.
So, Ant-Man. Gingerbread cookies. Do you like your gingerbread cookies crunchy or soft?
Gingerbread cookies. I like them soft. I used to like them crunchy, but my tastes have changed as I've matured.
If you like your cookies soft, name a movie that was squishy in the middle, but the beginning and the end were really good. Isn't the squishy part the part you like, though, about a gingerbread if you like soft? So shouldn't the middle part be the good part and then the beginning and the end were not great? I don't know. This is going to make my...
Sir together. Hey, welcome back.
I stopped recording.
It stopped again. Hey, welcome back.
Again.
Is it working?
Yes.
Is it? Okay.
I don't know if it worked to show my thing.
I still don't know. Maybe Iron Man 3. No. Maybe the middle part's the best part of that movie for me. I hate the end because don't hate it. They just don't do anything with the
suits.
The suits, yeah. They show them for like a split second and like that's it. Like okay, and then he blows them all up.
So I put these on top and then it cooks with these on.
Yep, I guess so. Okay, it's gonna be as good as it gets. Yeah, so I don't know, maybe Iron Man 3. Or The Dark World, actually. Dark World is very meh.
I like ginger snaps. If you like your cookies crunchy or more like a ginger snap, name a movie that you finished but that you wanted to throw at the wall. So, what'd you say last time?
Hulk.
The Hulk. The movie that I forget exists every time.
What's the other one that we're like, it's very, It's just Iron Man 2 and 3, I guess.
Put it in for how long?
50 minutes. 5-0. Like a hero. Goodbye.
I don't know if you can see it or not, but there it is. It's not going to work with that thing. Okay, so The Hulk was a movie that we managed to get through, and then, yeah, forgot about it. So now our lemon turmeric loaf thing is in the oven, and we're going to sit down and watch some Far From Home, because we finished Endgame, and Far From Home takes place after that. And the only movie we have left to watch is Black Widow, which is supposed to come out May 1st, so not sure how that's going to work.
Yeah,
but
they
we
might
just
do a
watched
Disney Plus thing like Onward.
Disney Plus released Onward, which we watched, and then on the PlayStation Store we just rented Trolls World Tour for $20 and watched that tonight with the family. And I was like, I'll pay $20 because it's $100 to go to the theater. So
Yeah.
We didn't even eat popcorn.
No, well, we
He
had
made
Ritz crackers though. Pizza.
You did, I didn't.
Which are okay. I think I like the cheese ones better.
And he made homemade poutine.
Canadian classic.
But the cheese curds weren't right, but it was still okay.
You can't get good cheese curds outside of Quebec unless you go to like a cheese specialty place, which we don't have any here.
Not that are open anyways.
Like the cheese factory in Edmonton makes good ones, but that's about it. It's the only place I've ever seen okay ones. Hey, wait, birthday cake? Is that the one we're on?
No, brownies.
We did brownies, didn't we?
No.
Okay, brownies. Are you a corner piece or middle piece? If you're a corner piece, name the book that starts off strong and it all comes apart. If you're a middle piece, name a book
answer that question first.
Kept you in the fields the entire time. I'm a corner piece guy. I like that kind of like crunchy corner parts and then the soft pieces in it. Mm-hmm. It's good stuff.
So what's a movie that started off strong and then fell apart? That goes back to Ant-Man, where they keep going against their own physics and their own like laws. Stop shaking the couch.
Yeah.
Hurry up, we only got 4 minutes of your recording time.
I know. Yeah, now you're putting pressure on me.
So what movie started off strong and then fell apart?
I'm going to say Iron Man 3 again. Because I actually had promise at the beginning, and then as it goes on for me, it just kind of gets... There's a lot of like lulls in the story that kind of like, okay, you're losing my interest. And then, I don't know, I don't feel like they do a lot with the... Shoot, what's that thing called again?
Extremis?
Extremis, yeah. They don't do a lot with it.
I read an Extremis book and it was really good, and I think you should read it.
And then the ending for me just falls apart. Like I really don't like that ending. Like that, it's just like a guy gets miffed and then just hates Tony Stark and wants to kill him. Great,
buddy.
I do like, but that one's different. That's like from childhood. That's like you're dealing with
the
like
Incredibles.
a coming of age kind of thing.
Anyways, we don't have time to talk about Incredibles. We'll do a whole Incredible.
The PTSD angle I thought was good. But
yes.
The bad guy angle, I didn't like all that much. I actually thought the Mandarin twist was kind of cool.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people are mad about that because it's supposed to be Tony Stark's like arch enemy. That's not to say that they can't bring him back as the actual Mandarin later on.
But the guy said he was Aldrich or whatever. He was the Mandarin the whole time.
Yeah, I guess.
They just had a front man for it.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is they could, let's say in another movie, if they were to do another one, they could make another bad guy be the Mandarin, the actual Mandarin.
Yeah. If you're a middle piece, name a book that kept you in the fields the entire time. Civil War, Endgame. Oof, we just watched Endgame, and it had so many different moments of feels in it.
I feel like Civil War has, especially that ending, is just so raw. Like the emotions and especially with Tony Stark and
Captain America
are going through. That movie's just
Team Cap, Team Iron Man. There's none of the movies that are like lovey-dovey feels. Like none of them are more romance focused.
No, they're all more action.
Yeah. So
action comedy.
They keep you in the feels, but not the lovey-dovey cutesy feels. So birthday cake.
Drama. Name a book series or an author that you feel keeps coming out with a book, short story, or novella every year.
Marvel.
Yeah.
Marvel.
Yep. Spider-Man movies.
Carrot cake.
Name a book that sounded healthy for you but ended up being unhealthy, either content or put you in a reading slump.
And what'd you say last time we tried to film this? He said Star Wars.
Oh, man.
The Rise of Skywalker or something like that.
For me, that movie is just so bad.
I didn't watch it.
It's supposed to conclude a trilogy, and it all just comes apart and ends up...
That's a whole other... That's a whole other...
I have so many things to say about it, but I can't put it in this.
I did not like Dr. Dolittle with Robert Downey Jr., who is Iron Man, so that counts.
It's good action. Plot is good.
Not Dr. Dolittle. What about a Marvel movie that was not Hulk?
Yeah, well, Hulk is very bleh.
You only have 30 seconds of time left, so we better wrap this up really quick.
Yeah, there's a couple of Marvel movies that are like...
Thanks for watching.
Doctor Strange was good. I like that one. Black Panther, also very good.
That's not what it's asking.
Interesting bad guy.
We're going to do a tier list vlog. So it is some hours later, and we did not get to watch Far From Home yet because no streaming service has it that we have, like Netflix and Disney. So hopefully Disney will have it soon.
Eventually.
Yeah. So we just wanted to do a quick little ending clip because his phone storage kept running out and we kept getting cut off. So our bread fell apart, apparently.
It was in a weird shape.
Because of the mat thing. So use parchment paper.
It's not bad.
It's not as sweet as it should be, but we put in less sugar.
We were supposed to sprinkle sugar on top. I forgot.
And I only put in 2/3 of a cup of sugar instead of a cup of sugar.
It's a little tangy on top. A little sour.
You got the lemon.
You can usually do lemon.
I feel like it could be a little bit more lemony, actually.
You're not eating the parts I am. The top part's very lemony.
It's not bad, but I would definitely try it again with... I don't taste the turmeric, so I might put like actual turmeric in it. And then maybe some honey.
No, it doesn't taste like turmeric.
Anyways, we're doing one of those like eat with me videos apparently.
Mukbang. We're going to do some mukbang videos.
Mukbang. And then I made tea, but you can see that's cold now because my sheep is black. Actually, my friend bought me this mug a couple years ago, and it's one that changes colors when it's hot. So tea and tea cake, apparently. So we were wrapping up just the last couple questions. We were basically name a book that sounded healthy for you, but ended up being unhealthy, either with content or put you in a reading slump.
Rise of Skywalker. Say it again. That's just the most recent one I can think of. That really put me off from the Star Wars series. I don't know. It's just bad. There's good action in it if you like the action of Star Wars, but.
See, and I'm kind of easily entertained that way with action. I'm just like, meh. But I understand, like, you want a good story.
Yeah, I don't know. There's just so
But
much...
if you go into it, like, there's a few movies. We went and saw Rampage, and I was like, I saw the preview. We see a lot of movies in the theater. So I saw a preview for Rampage, and I'm like, I'm actually, like, oddly interested in this movie. So we went and we saw Rampage in theaters, and it was everything that I expected it to be. It was... And I never played...
the NES game turned into a movie.
I never played the game or anything like that, but yeah, it was like a giant gorilla and the crocodile and like a wolf.
Yeah, but I went into that movie kind of expecting that, and it was good because...
But that's what I mean. That's what you're expecting.
It didn't deviate from what I expected. I wasn't expecting anything super deep. I was expecting a cool monster action flick.
Exactly. And it had enough story to...
Well, just to get
like, it made sense. Yeah, like, it had enough story, it made sense, and it was...
It was good.
Or like Jurassic Park and Jurassic World. It's dinosaurs breaking out of their cages and...
It was something like Star
rampaging.
Wars. The problem is with something like Star Wars is they set a lot of things up in the previous two movies just to completely flop those things. Like, they don't do anything with Finn. They don't do anything with Poe. You know, and then... I don't know, they just...
It's so loud.
They don't do anything with Kylo Ren's, like, special, like, attack force. They're just there to get killed. Like, oh, they don't do anything with that movie. And then, it's like Death Stars in Star Destroyers now. Like, you know, it took them, like, so many years to make a Death Star. And then now they have the technology to be able to just slap a laser beam on Star Destroyers like it's nothing. It's fine, who cares? We'll just throw that on everything now, and it's cool.
I did a review of Dr. Dolittle because I read the book, and it was hilarious. And the best line of that book, one of my favorite quotes, is, "You are just a hot piece of bacon," which the dog says to the pig. And I don't know, it's just my kind of humor, I guess. But the movie was disappointing, and it wasn't what I was expecting it to be.
And Rey, with very minimal training, is able to do every single force power ever.
Back to complaining about Star Wars.
All of them. She can do all of them. And she's also a master at all of them.
We're talking about Marvel. So what Marvel movie put you in a slump? They were all amazing.
No,
they weren't all amazing, but...
I think...
Going back to the other ones like the Hulk.
Not really going into a slump, but after Endgame, I'm like, okay, we need a break from Marvel movies for a bit. And I think they knew that too, because there hasn't been a Marvel movie in a while. Not a big one, anyways. It was Far From Home, and then after that, we've had a bit of a break, and I think that's what they realized, like, okay, everybody needs a bit of a break now from Marvel movies, which is good. And now they can bring them back again.
Yeah, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that... Yeah, I know what you mean. Like, you're kind of worn out from Marvel movies. So like we said, like, the Hulk wasn't the best. And we're watching the Honest movie trailers for some of the Marvel movies that we've watched them all, but and we just watched the one for Ragnarok, and he was saying it's like the best Planet Hulk movie we'll get. And I don't know anything about Planet Hulk or anything. I'm not one of these total comic book nerd people and know all the lore and background and everything about it. But I would agree it was a good, like what they've done with the Hulk.
I've seen the
into having the Hulk incorporated into the other Marvel movies. Like I think they've done a good job.
I've seen the animated Planet Hulk movie, and it was good.
Is that the one you watched with Sophie when she was a baby and then she like fell in love with the Hulk? She was like obsessed.
No. That was like Hulk versus. It was like Hulk versus Thor. Hulk versus. Who was it? Hulk versus Thor was the first one, and then it was Hulk versus Wolverine.
Yeah.
Was the other one.
And I was like, here, husband, take care of baby for a minute. And then I hear all this like fighting on the TV, and I'm like, what? Is that appropriate for her to be watching? She wasn't even 2 years old yet. And he's like, yeah, whatever. And then she loved the Hulk. She was the Hulk for Halloween for when she was 2 or 18 months. Anyways. And then the year after that, so we still had the Hulk costume, and then we had like a nice pretty pink dress. So I'm like, you can be the princess, you can be a princess or the Hulk. And she's like, Princess Hulk.
She basically said yes. You can be a princess or Hulk.
Yes. She said Princess Hulk, so she went. I'll see if I can find a picture, but she went as Princess Hulk that year.
You gonna wrap it up?
Thanks for making lemon bread with me. Of
course.
It's good. And for rewatching all the movies except for Far From Home, apparently.
We'll get to it.
Now we're watching the honest trailer for Doctor Strange. So, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Doodles.
Bye.